Last year, I saved 70% of my income, but here's what might surprise you. I did it without quitting my job, giving up travel, or living like a monk, while still traveling, eating well, and living on my terms. No, I didn't win the lottery. And no, I didn't move back in with my parents. I still enjoyed life, but I did it differently. This isn't about cutting lattes or skipping vacations. It's about stealth wealth, frugal living, and learning to live below your means without feeling deprived. If you're tired of hearing the same boring money advice, you're in the right place. This is more than just budgeting. It's a real-life financial freedom story built on frugal living, stealth wealth habits, and smart income stacking. After 2020, inflation hit hard. Rent, food, and bills all soared. Saving money started to feel impossible. But here's the truth. People who master frugality and lifestyle downsizing still win. And many people started worrying about how to stretch their paychecks. Years ago, people saved more money, sometimes 15% or more of what they earned. Now, most people save less than 10%, and some save nothing at all. But here's the good news. More people are waking up. They want to feel safe with their money. They want freedom, not just to survive, but to live well. This video is for people who are done living paycheck to paycheck, but who also don't want to feel like they're missing out on life. It's about building a smart system that lets you enjoy your life and save money. And it's different from what you've seen before. Let me introduce myself. I'm not rich. I don't have a fancy finance degree. I'm just someone who got tired of money stress. A few years ago, I worked a regular job, lived in a big city, and spent almost everything I earned. I thought saving a little each month was good enough, until I realized I wasn't getting ahead. So I changed my approach. I didn't just cut back. I rethought how I made and used money. In this video, I'll share the 5 biggest changes I made that helped me save 70% of my income without living poor. Before you think I can't do that, let me show you how even one skill you already have can become a second income stream. 1. Income engineering. The first big change I made was how I earned money. Most people only have one job. That's okay, but it also means if you lose that job, you lose all your income. I wanted more control, so I built what I call income engineering. I realized that if I wanted financial freedom, I couldn't rely on just one paycheck. That's when I started building a smarter system to live below my means and still thrive. This means creating more than one way to earn. I kept my full-time job, but I also started doing freelance work online. I used platforms like Upwork and Fiverr to offer skills I already had, like writing, design, or marketing. At first, I earned a little extra, but over time, it grew into real money. Then I took it a step further. I learned about geo-arbitrage. That means earning money in a high-income country like the US or UK, but living in a cheaper place. For example, I lived part-time in Mexico City, where rent and food cost much less, but I still earned in dollars. That alone helped me save hundreds each month. I also used tools like ChatGPT and AI websites to find new gigs and even help with language barriers. Technology made this all easier than I expected. The goal isn't to work more, it's to work smarter. You don't need to quit your job. Just start with one small side hustle, then grow it slowly. Even an extra $200 to $500 a month can make a huge difference when you're trying to save more without cutting your lifestyle. Here's where I stopped spending like everyone else and started turning my spending into income. 2. Lifestyle as investment. The second big change I made was how I spend money on my lifestyle. Instead of falling into lifestyle inflation, I focused on how my lifestyle could help me earn more. I flipped the script. Instead of buying things that lose value, like the newest phone or fancy clothes, I started spending on things that help me grow. I call this lifestyle as investment. Let me explain. I used to spend money on takeout food almost every day. Now, I still enjoy food, but I started taking cooking classes while I traveled. I learned to make dishes from different countries. Then, I started a simple YouTube channel and posted cooking videos. That small $300 class turned into a side hustle that brings in hundreds every month. It was the opposite of lifestyle inflation. I made my lifestyle work for my finances. The same happened when I learned basic video editing. I paid for a short online course. A few months later, I was editing videos for others on weekends and making extra cash. The idea is simple. Spend money on learning things that can help you earn more. Maybe it's coding, public speaking, digital art, or fitness training. If you're going to spend money, ask yourself, can this make me better, smarter, or stronger? Can I use this skill to help others? We often think saving means cutting out fun. But when you invest in yourself, you feel more confident and your lifestyle becomes part of your income plan. That's a win-win. Now, I still travel, eat well, and enjoy my life, but almost everything I do has value beyond just spending. That shift changed everything for me.
I didn't downgrade my life.
I redesigned it, starting with rent. 3. Radical reallocation of fixed costs. The third change I made was cutting my biggest expenses without feeling like I was giving anything up. Most people spend the most on rent or housing. I used to pay over $1,200 a month just to live alone in a city apartment. Then, I discovered downsizing to save money doesn't mean sacrificing comfort. It means choosing smarter. It's like shared housing, but better. My rent dropped to $700, and I even made friends and business contacts. Later, I learned about fractional ownership, a new idea where you buy a small piece of a property, like a vacation home. You use it part of the year, and the rest is rented out. I paid a fraction of the price, and I now earn rental income while having a place to visit. I also cut costs by sharing subscriptions, carpooling, and using apps to track and cancel unused services. These changes saved me hundreds each month, and I still lived comfortably. Downsizing to save money doesn't mean giving up your life. It means choosing freedom over flash. It's not about sacrifice. It's about redesigning your fixed costs to unlock freedom. That one move can free up thousands every year. This one move made me save money on autopilot. 4. Tech-enabled minimalism. The fourth big change I made was using technology to simplify my life and save money. I call this tech-enabled minimalism. Instead of tracking every dollar by hand, I started using apps that help me see where my money goes. These apps showed me how much I was spending on things like subscriptions, food delivery, and online shopping. I was shocked. I was paying for 5 different streaming services and barely used 2 of them. One app even helped me cancel those unused subscriptions with just one click. Another app used smart tools like AI to look at my spending habits and give me advice. For example, it told me to pause some subscriptions while I was traveling and to move that money into savings instead. I also used tech tools to set goals like saving $500 in a month and got reminders to stay on track. It was like having a money coach in my pocket. This kind of minimalism means removing the stuff that doesn't matter so you can focus on what does. With the help of simple apps and tools, I now spend less and save more without even thinking about it. This may be the most overlooked way to build wealth, helping others. The last big change I made was working with others to save money and grow together. I call this community capitalism. Instead of doing everything alone, I joined small groups online and in real life, where people trade skills and share resources. For example, I designed a friend's website, and in return, she helped me with legal paperwork. No money exchanged, but we both saved hundreds. I also joined a group where people split bulk purchases like groceries or software tools. Buying together meant paying less per person. This idea is simple but powerful. People helping people, using what they already have. It builds trust, saves money, and even opens up job or business opportunities. You don't need to be rich to build wealth. Sometimes, you just need the right people around you. Start small, join a local club, online forum, or group chat where people help each other grow. Sharing is the new saving. This journey wasn't perfect. I made mistakes. At first, I tried too many side jobs and got burned out. Living in co-living spaces sometimes meant less privacy. Managing taxes from working in different countries got confusing. And learning new skills took time and patience. There were moments when I wanted to quit and go back to the old way. But I reminded myself why I started: freedom, peace of mind, and a better future. The truth is, this path isn't always easy, but it's worth it. The key is to keep going, learn from setbacks, and stay focused on the goal. After 1 year of these changes, I was saving 70% of my income every month. I had 3 income sources: my job, freelance work, and a small online business. My rent dropped by 40%, and I cut over $300 in monthly spending without feeling deprived. Best of all, I felt free, less stress, more choices, and a future that finally felt in my control. Wealth isn't about what you earn, it's about how wisely you live. By changing how I earn, spend, and connect with others, I found a way to keep 70% of my income and still enjoy life. This isn't about being perfect. It's about trying new ideas and building habits that work for you. What will you try first? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel to see more content like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.